Did you know the Supreme Court expanded Trump's power to fire independent agency leaders?
Today's major legal story: the U.S. Supreme Court handed President Trump a major executive power victory, ruling that he can fire leaders of independent agencies like the Federal Trade Commission without cause. Reuters reported the court's 6-3 decision overturned a major 1935 precedent that had limited presidential power over FTC commissioners. This ruling could reshape Washington. For nearly 90 years, independent agencies were designed to have some protection from direct presidential control. The idea was simple: regulators should enforce the law without being fired just because the president disagrees with them. But today's ruling changes that balance. Reuters reports that the court sided with Trump in his dismissal of Democratic FTC Commissioner Rebecca Slaughter, with the conservative majority saying removal protections for FTC commissioners unlawfully limit the president's constitutional authority. In plain language, the court just gave Trump more direct control over parts of the federal government that was supposed to operate with independence. The immediate impact is on the FTC, but the larger impact could reach across the federal government. Agencies that regulate business, labor, finance, communications, energy, and consumer protection may now face more direct pressure from the White House. Supporters of the ruling argue presidents are elected to execute policy, and unelected regulators should not be able to block the agenda voters chose. Critics warn this concentrates too much power in the presidency and weakens independent oversight of corporations, markets, and government abuse. But the court also drew one important line: the Federal Reserve. Reuters reported that the court clarified its decision should not affect the Federal Reserve's independence. In a separate ruling, the court blocked Trump's attempt to remove Fed Governor Lisa Cook, preserving central bank independence while expanding presidential power over other independent regulators. That split decision matters. The court is saying Trump can control more of the administrative state, but not necessarily the institution that sets interest rates. What to watch next? 1. Whether Trump moves quickly to fire or replace more independent agency officials. 2. Whether Congress tries to create new protections for regulators. 3. Whether businesses see this as a green light for a more politically aligned regulatory environment. 4. Whether critics frame this as one of the biggest expansions of presidential power in modern history. Bottom line: the Supreme Court gave Trump a major win on executive power, while protecting the Fed from the same level of political control. This decision could change how Washington regulates everything from business competition to consumer protection for years.